Welcome to another episode of This Is Anything Goes, and today, as you can see, is a mess. And we are working on the Toyota Alphard GGH20 and an H20, the 20 series Alphard. And what we are going to do is we are going to be upgrading the Android player. So about 2 years back, you see I installed this Android player. It's a 7862 6GB RAM, 128 gig of memory by Sky Navy. And we are going to be upgrading it to this, which is a 7870S, 8 core, 8 gig RAM, 256 memory, and it comes with the 360 function. Okay, so I've checked the wirings over there, and the wirings that's on the 7862, it is identical. It is identical, so it's more of a plug and play, but I still need to run the wires for the 360 cameras. So this is the purpose of this video. We are installing 360 camera onto the Toyota Alphard 20 series. So let's get to it. Okay, so before we start, what we'll do is we'll have a look at what we have right here. So for this particular install, I have actually purchased the camera mounts for the side mirror, the front and the back. So if you have seen my video a couple of years back when I was installing it for the Proton Inspira, I drilled the side mirror. Okay, and it's still working well after so many years. But the thing is, I found out that there's some mounts for the side mirrors available for this car model, the GGH20 or the 20 series Toyota Alphard Wellfire. So looks cleaner, looks nicer. That's what I'll do. So let's see. The 360 kit comes with 4 wires for the back, front, left and right. 4 cameras, in which I will need to change 2 of these cameras. Alright, these are meant for the side mirrors, but I will need to change them to something similar to this, just to fit into the mount. And then we have this 12-pin socket that connects to the Android player. This is for the rear, this is for the front, left and right. Okay, so what I'll be doing is I'll be doing the easiest first, which is the front. Okay, so to do the front, I will need to mount it over here. Alright, I'll show it to you later, but to remove this grill, you'll need 1, 2, 3, 4 screws here. Then just the rest are just clips, you can just pull it out. And for the wiring, I'll be routing it over from here, hiding it, and I'll show it to you later, and then I will go through the back here. Okay, so the wiring's done. So what I've done is that, as you can see, the wire over here, it's similar to the one at the side here. It's just a rubber piece, and I cut a hole in it, put the wire through, wrap it around the top here, and you can see the way I move it over here, hide it behind here, and then go down here, goes through here. I will need to cable tie this, and to the front here, where I give it a little bit more leeway than it's required, so that I will have some place to play around with the wire when I want to remove this. Now, coming to this portion, how to install it on this side, you'll be using this bracket. Okay, so this bracket has this number 4 over here. Okay, number 4, number 4. Okay, so what you do is you stuff the bracket over here, make sure the arrow is pointing up. Okay, pointing up like this, stuff it all the way in, and then use 2 screws over here, and then we will install this. So okay, to install this, we just need to align it to the center of this. So just put this in from the front, or in this case you will see it from the back. Right, as you can see, these 2 over here, and we'll use the supply bracket that is stated here over here as well. And then we'll align this small hole here with this, and then this big hole here with this. Okay, once we got that aligned, we'll put in one screw, one screw, one screw, one screw over here. Okay, so once you have the screws here, this will be tight and it would be as nice as this. Now what we'll do is we'll just install it back, connect the connector. Okay. Alright, done. You won't even know the wiring is there. You can't see it. It's all nice and hidden, and the camera is right here. Right here. Okay, pretty stealth. You probably won't notice it. Okay, so that's just the front. Let's move on to the side as well as the back. Okay, so the next thing to do for the side mirror is that you need to remove the door panel. I'll put a link in the description. Previously, I've actually made a video on how to remove the door panel. It's pretty detailed. I do not want to repeat so that this video does not get up to a few hours long. So the next thing we need to do is remove the side mirrors, and that's 3 bolts over here, that's size 10 mm. Okay, after we have removed these 3, we should be able to unplug this and then pull it out. Okay, once we got the mirror out, what we need to do is we need to dissect it and take it apart. Okay, so I finally managed to get it out. It wasn't easy. I was trying to depin this, but I was not very successful, so I ended up cutting it, and I will reconnect it back again. It was a very hard decision for me, but I had to do what I had to do. Alright, once that is out, this is the motor that we extracted out. This is actually an additional thing that we probably saw in the previous video, so I will need to connect this later as well. Same goes with this. Wasn't happy. Okay, so basically there was two screws over here that holds the mirror, and then one clip that holds, which is this one over here, and then there was one screw over here. This one over here, and then there was 2 more screws that hold this bracket. Okay, so yeah, basically the screws over here, these are T25s. The rest are all just this type of screws. Okay, 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts. Okay, so let's join them back together. Okay, so to do the wiring, to wire up the camera over to the mirror side without having it tangled up, okay, we'll need to use this portion. This is the one that will connect to the player. This is the part that will be staying inside this mirror here, so we will be pushing this through over here. But as you can see, the hole is too small. What we'll need to do is we'll need to pull the original wiring to the other side. Alright, as you can see over here, pull it out. Okay, so then we'll run this through. Okay, then we'll put back the original wiring inside. Okay, once you have it on the other side, just pull it over. Alright. Okay, I know some of you guys will probably be saying, hey TC, you didn't show us how you remove and dismantle it, you just show us the final product. Okay, so if you're that particular, so I'm gonna record this part as well, so you can reverse engineer it if you want to remove it, but this is how I put it back. So yep, just clip it here, 2 screws and 1 screw over here. Then after that we'll put this one in. Obviously this is the camera, and then this is the original wiring. Do not connect the connector yet first. Okay, then just put it in so that it aligns with the 3 holes inside here. Then what you do is you need to screw this one first, then put in this one, then screw on the 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, so this is done. We'll be installing back, and then we'll be connecting the connectors, and then we'll be routing the camera wires. Okay, so this is the final product. We'll connect all this back later on. Okay. Okay, so this is interesting. So the camera cable will be run through from here. Alright, it came out from here, run through from here, then go into this portion over here. Okay, I was a bit shocked because earlier I actually put in the camera cable through here, went down from the inside, and then I thought it will actually go in from here, but apparently there's no holes over here, which is a shocker. So it comes from the front here, which is why I'm taking the outside route into here. Then I'm gonna pull it over to the other side. Okay, so I've gotten it over to the other side, and as I pull, you can see the cable move in. Okay, so I'll tuck this nicely in, and I'll bolt this back. It's using 2 bolts over here actually. Okay, another thing controversial that you guys would probably hate me for is that I am using household connectors like this. Well, it's simple to use, it's rated for much higher amps, much higher current, and this is just for the signal cable. Okay, so I have the signal cable that is connected to the mirror. So now I'm actually branching out one more to the left side positive. This is to trigger the camera when I put a signal on. Okay, so very simple, just put the wire in and then just clip it down and it's locked. Okay, for the rear camera we are putting it in. I actually found off this corner because I have another camera here to my dash cam. Okay, so just put the cable through. Okay, so this is actually screwed on already, so we just need to put it in. Okay, make sure the other cable goes into the slot that we found earlier. This would be easier if I have 2 hands. Okay, and then we pushed it in and we are done. Okay, nice and snug. Correct angle as well. Okay. Okay, so now time for the wiring. We'll need to find a positive, which I actually have from the previous camera. This connects to the light over here. Okay, so I have a few of it. I have no idea why I did that last time. Okay, this was the previous camera cables which I've already cut off. So yeah, I'll be running the cable through here, into here, then inside here, and then go all the way from the trims to the front. Okay, it's already night time, so it's a bit dark, so I have to use torchlight. So I've already cable tied 4 wires that comes to the front here. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll connect it to this connector that connects to the player according to the color, or you can actually refer back to the labels over here. Like example, this is for the right, this is for the rear, this is for the front, and that's for the red for the left. The color really doesn't really matter. It depends on which cable you actually run through to come to the front. Example, my rear was not long enough, so I actually had an extension, and then you will see that this yellow is actually red on the inside, but I've used the heat shrink to make it yellow, to label it yellow, so I know which cable is which, of course I have two reds, then I would be a bit confused. Okay, so connect it according to color or according to how you pull it, left, right, front, back. Okay, then once you have this connected, what you do is you connect it back to the player, which is sitting at the back here, and then we will see how it looks like. Actually, I've already tested, I know how it looks like. Word of advice, always test before you assemble back everything. Okay, so I'm assembling back everything right now, so let's do it. Alright, so to be honest, it has actually been about 3 to 4 months since I actually completed this project, but I forgot to install the summary, which is, sorry, I forgot to record the summary, which is why you see in the beginning of the video this seat was beige and now it's orange. The whole interior is in orange color. Alright, so leave me a comment down below if you want to see how this was done, by who, how long it took, how much it cost. Leave me a comment down below and I'll make sure I'll release that video. Okay, so back to this, the 360. So this is already installed, new interface, looks much nicer. They have the GPS here. I move it away so you don't really know where I stay, except for I'm in Seremban. Okay, it's here. Okay, so to go into 360, you either put it to reverse, or there's a 360 button over here where you'll be able to see the sides, the back, the front of your camera. Then you have the 360 view. This is already calibrated, so leave me a comment down below as well if you want to see how this is calibrated. Okay, so we have the 3D view as well. Obviously this is not my car, but yeah, you can see my Inspira over here, my Myvi over here, and the Ford over there. Okay, so one thing I like about this is that you can actually go full screen, which is much wider. Okay, see, much wider. Okay, you can go full screen here. Okay, so in the settings you'll be able to see some of the features that you have. So trigger when turn, so this is the one where go to on it. Okay, say we're on reverse and then we put it the signal and it goes to the side. Okay, but I find that a bit annoying, so I turned that off actually. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to off it. Okay, so these are the settings they have. So depending on individual, you might set it differently from mine. Okay, so that's all on the 360. So let's go on to the summary, how much this player costs. So this player comes with the 360 camera and it costs about 1,800 ringgit, which is roughly about 420 to 430 US dollars. And then the casing, the side casing, the front and the back, that costs about 220 ringgit. That's about 50-60 US dollar, I think about 50 US dollar or less. One thing to note is that the side mirrors, the camera for the side mirrors, you will need to buy another one because the one that comes with the player is already angled, so it doesn't fit inside this case. So that's another about 200 ringgit for one set of 4 cameras, because they don't sell it individually, they sell 4 cameras. They are cheaper ones, but it does not suit this player because this player uses Sony sensors. So I did try buying the cheaper one, the 100 over ringgit one. I had to rewire it and then the quality is just disappointing, so I took it out. I purchased the Sony sensors cameras. Okay, so in terms of time it takes to actually get all this installed, is about 3 hours if you have the tools, and the knowledge that I have already now is about 3 to 4 hours. The hardest part is actually the side mirrors. Okay, the hardest part is actually the side mirrors, which is also the most technical part. The back, not so, because all you need to do is just rotate or just find a way to route it, and then you have to extend the cable because the original cable that comes with it is too short for this car, the Alphard. Okay, but if it's for other cars, I think it's more than enough. It's only the MPVs that's a bit long. Okay, so I love this 360, but you know what I love more than my 360 right now? Is if you guys hit the subscribe, hit the like, and hit the bell button to get notified on the next upload. So which one do you want to see next? The orange seats or the calibration? Yeah, you want to see the calibration or do you want to see the orange seat next? Alright, make sure you let me know. So yeah, that's the end of this video. So till next time, I will see you again. No, wait, I just remember, throughout the video, if you notice, the camera angle, resolution and color keeps going off and on, well, I blame that on Samsung. One of their updates during that time, which is about 3 months back, screw up the camera. So Samsung, thumbs up for you for screwing up with our phones as usual. But I gotta hand it to you. You fixed it. Now you do not see the resolution and the camera keeps swapping around. So yeah, thumbs up on that too, but not that high, okay? A bit lower. Alright, so yeah, I will see you again. Bye.